So now we want to change the types here to actually include proper Java types. And of course, Java offers a lot of things, so it's not possible to put everything into a package here that you can load and just assign. So one way of dealing with this is a workaround here in this code generator is basically by telling the code generator what exact type we want to have here. And to do so, we can add classes. So I'll add one class for my string that I want to have, and I add another class for the date that I want to have up here. And I start by assigning those types. So if I go into type again, I can just browse my model, and I'll find the string type here. And similarly, I can do the same with the date. And with the string again down here. Now, if I generate this, it won't be very helpful, as you will see. So first of all, my strings are not in the same package. Now, if I click generate, it will just generate me the string and the date class, and they are pretty pointless. So I don't like that, so I'll remove it. Instead, I'll tell the code generator that these are special classes here, and to do so, I use the profile again. I go to profile, I apply the external stereotype, and that basically tells the code generator this is an external class from some library, and I just have to type the proper name in here. And in this case, it's Java lang string. In the case of date, it's Java util date. And if I did everything correctly, this should lead to the right generation. So if I do this again, generate Java code, you will see that here is a proper string that references the right class in Java, and similarly here and in the patient record. Now, you can use that for a lot of things. One way of doing is using it for associations. So for example, as we've seen before, this association here creates an array, and a lot of you might not want to have an array but would like to have something like a list instead, or in some cases maybe even a map or some other collection types. Sadly, Papyrus Designer doesn't offer a very nice solution for that, but it is, in my opinion, at least rather ugly. You actually have to create a type that has your exact name. So in this case, list drug. So it's not only that it is a list, but it also has the right template parameter here. We need to make this external again and tell it that this is a list, Java util list. And then we actually change the association here, and we add a usage arrow. So this arrow we add from patient to the drug. And now I'm not 100% sure I did this correctly. We'll see. To start with, there are no compiler errors. Okay, I did not do this correctly, so we still have an array. So that's the multiplicity then. I will need to change this multiplicity here to 1. And now this should work. Yes, so now we have a list. The reason why there was an array before was basically that if I have a star multiplicity here, the designer, Papyrus Designer, automatically generates an array, in this case an array of type list drug. So that's not very helpful. So this is the only way, to my knowledge, how you do things like that, how you do lists. And of course, this really impacts the readability of the diagram. I'm not a big fan of this, but at least it is possible in case you really need it. And you can do similar things with maps, for example, by just defining a map name here.